Fever wasted Clark's best games in WNBA with sloppy loss. On the surface, it hasn't been a great season for the Indiana Fever. It took time for Caitlin Clark and former No. 1 pick Aliyah Boston to establish consistent chemistry in pick-and-roll and DO actions. Meanwhile, at 9-14, it's clear the Fever are still a piece or two away from meaningfully contending with the WNBA heavyweights. And yet, it's hard not to smile when watching a Fever game. There's clearly something special about this group. The foundation has been successfully laid. It starts, of course, with Clark. She's putting together historic numbers on a nightly basis, elevating her star status and bringing more eyeballs to the sport. She has legitimate Rookie of the Year competition from Chicago Sky double-double machine Angel Reese. Who else? But Clark appears to have the edge. Her performance in Wednesday's loss to the Washington Mystics certainly won't hurt her case. Caitlin Clark detonates in Fever's frustrating loss to Mystics. Clark exploded for 29 points, 5 rebounds, 13 assists, 5 steals, and 3 blocks in 38 minutes in the 89-84 defeat. She went 7 of 14 from the field, including 5 of 9 from deep. This qualifies as one of her most productive and efficient games since making the professional leap. And unfortunately, it did not result in a W. Credit to the Mystics for weathering the storm. Clark's stat line is a first in WNBA history. She's also the fastest rookie guard to reach 20 blocks, a subtle testament to her athleticism and sharp instincts. Clark is more than a dynamic offensive engine, and her comfort level against the physicality of WNBA defense and offense has improved tenfold since her first game back in May. It was not a completely unblemished performance for Clark, who committed 5 of the Fever's 23 turnovers. Sloppy execution down the stretch doomed Indiana. Washington was outscored 29-13 in the final frame, but it wasn't enough to propel the Fever to victory. Clark scored 15 points in the fourth quarter, single-handedly outscoring the entire Mystics team in the game's last 10 minutes. This is not necessarily a lucky win for the Mystics, who dominated the first half, but it's one heck of a missed opportunity for the Fever. Clark continues to set historic benchmarks and remind the world of why she was the No. 1 pick. There was a lot of hand-wringing after Clark struggled out of the gate, but she has quickly established herself as one of the WNBA's most prolific scorers and creators. She's nixing defenses in every way, pressuring the rim as a ball handler, creating for teammates, burying pull-up jumpers, torching closeouts off the catch. She is a one-woman offense, but Clark is also comfortable shifting off the ball and stretching the defense with her gravity. She's singular. This is only the beginning, too. Fever fans ought to be excited, even with the loss. This article was originally published on fansided.com as Fever wasted one of Caitlin Clark's best games in WNBA with sloppy loss.